I'll get dough. I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. But I wouldn't trade a thing for what I have. I go hard, do what I need to make it last. They say the good die young, I hope I'm bad. Cheers to my past.
Welcome to Outlaw Woodworking. Today, you know, this log cabin right here, you can see if you look at that, it's leaning that way, and we need to push it that way, like 1.25 inches, I think. And also, you can see this garage header, it's sagging at least 1 inch, and so we need to fix both of those things today. I've been looking at it for a long time, and these log homes are famous for the garages. They don't shear them good enough, and they tend to have problems. Anyway, yeah, let me show you how I'm going to do it, and let's get started. So you can see right there, we're about 1 inch out. So we're gonna attempt to crank this jack that way. I'm gonna leave the TOOLCAT hooked up here just for safety so this bar don't fall down. But what we're gonna do is get up here and start cranking it until it comes back into level. Basically what I've done is I've put pressure on this side of the building for the last 3 days, and it started out about 1.25 inches out of plumb, and I'm now still 1/4 inch out of plumb, but it's 95% better than it was before. So the next step is we want to keep this from moving again, and so the next step is to shear the inside of it. And basically what I'm going to use is I'm going to use some 3/4 inch OSB and shear panel the inside of this log cabin. Anyway, yeah, it's a lot better than it was. The next step we'll have to do is we're going to jack up the center of the garage where it's and also shear panel that. But we basically got this to move over within 1/4 inch. Yeah, it's a lot better than it was. Anyway, let me show you how I'm going to keep it from moving. It's hard to see from there probably, but whoever installed this garage door opener did it after this header was already sagged, because they've got this piece of wood right here below the sagging point. So if I jacked up and straightened out this header, this board would be below the header. So they obviously put that in prior. Yeah, and it goes through. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and cut this piece off so that when we jack up the header, it won't interfere with this opener. And we'll probably, and then we're going to shear both sides of this. We'll also put a few extra nails in here and then we'll shear this whole face of this thing. Yeah, let me show you how I'm gonna do it. One thing I noticed is whoever did the original log home was actually built in I think Sweden or Norway, and then brought over here to America and put together. But whoever did the trim work, I don't think they were really up to snuff. The trim work, there was some really weird things going on in these corners, where there's basically a 2x6 that's nailed up to the bottom of the log, and it's tapered in each corner, which is really weird because it makes the trim bend in those corners. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up I'm going to bolt this 2x6 up into the logs with some long hex lags. And then the plan will be to redo the trim at before I restain the log home. I'll retrim this the right way. But right now I'm pulling a string, and I'm going to straighten out this. I'm going to run some hex lags up through here and keep them level with that string. And then once I get that positioned correctly, then I will I'll jack it up from the center and then shear panel the whole inside of the garage. Okay, so I've got this thing pushed as far as I can this way, best I can. I actually cranked this thing for 3 days, and it actually snapped off. One of the wings snapped off. It was so tight. So I'm not going to be able to push it anymore that way. But I got it from, it was about 1.25 inches out. I got it within 1/4 inch. And then what I've done is I pulled a string across this whole thing, tightened up these inside boards, and then jacked the center up. So now what I need to do, I need to go on the inside of the garage and shear this whole thing. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now.
Get dough. I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple.